Welcome to the Light Experience Podcast. This is the grant edition. So, how do you build a grant program? Today, I'm going to talk about 10 ways that you can build your grant program. So, the first way is deciding how you will be going about seeking grant opportunities, how you'll go about accepting the grant, and the terms of the terms and conditions that you will accept from the funder. So this is from your side now. So you have to discuss how you will go about it so that you don't encounter mission creep. So mission creep is whereby you find that you feel that when you apply for some kinds of grant, you feel as if they are pulling you out of your mission. So the way to avoid all that is that you decide the kind of grant you'll be looking for, what kinds of grants you will be accepting, and now the terms and conditions that you will accept from the funder. The second way is by checking your capacity. So this is whereby you check the capacity of your non-profit. When you check the capacity of your non-profit, it means that it is your ability to deliver that project successfully. So here you only want to apply for grants that you have that are very close to the size of the fund that you are operating by for the moment. So for example, you cannot apply for 1 million grant, and yet currently your project are cost your cost currently are accumulating up to 100,000. So in that case, you will have to either apply for a grant of 100,000 or maybe 150. So you cannot have too much gap between your current revenue and the kind of grant you are applying for. The third thing is that you should have a grant calendar. So in our elite grant experience, we recommend the non-profit to have a grant calendar. So this is whereby you look at all the opportunities that are coming up and then you put them in the calendar so that you can know that in this month we are going to apply for this and this grant. Next month, maybe we'll not applying. The other month will be applying for this and this. So this is mainly to reduce that last minute rush to apply for a grant, which end up whereby you end up delivering a grant that is not high quality. So a grant calendar will help you to know which opportunities are coming up, and then so that you can prepare for the opportunity and ensure that all the documents are there. You have enough time to write the grant and review it, and also you will submit your grant proposal early. So the fourth way to build your grant program, this is by putting in systems to enable you to track the deliverables that you promise the funder consistently. So if you promise the funder that you will be tracking certain certain deliverables, you have to ensure that you track them. So this should be in your grant program so that you know that this is how we'll go about tracking those deliverables and ensure that they are reported when the funder requires them. The third thing is that you have to know your appetite for writing. So what this means is that don't apply for all the grant opportunities that that you come across. Now this is about like knowing like how many how many grant opportunities you can apply, let's say for like every month, like the kind of grant, the number of grants that you'll be applying for. during that specific month. So, for example, the one we recommend most is that per month you can apply for 2 to up to 4 grants. So not too little and not too much. So the key here is to know the appetite so that but not applying too much and now you end up stretching your stuff too much. So want to know like the number of opportunities that you are able to apply for so that you can be submitting only high quality grant proposal. Number five, get get your staff strategy and software ready. Like have it to the up to the latest one. So that is in terms of the software. So yeah, you want to have like your staff. So this can be your grant manager or your grant writer. You want to have them ready, or also it can be someone from the outside who is writing a grant. So you want to have that coordination between every 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 person who is required to contribute to the grant proposal. You want to have that already in place so that when the opportunity comes up, everyone knows that they'll be contributed to this specific grant opportunity. The other thing is the strategy. You have to have your strategy in place before you even start the process. And now the other thing is the software for managing the grants. So want to have a software that enables you to track the kind of opportunities that you are applying for, the kind of opportunities that are coming up, and also of following up with your funder. So it can be the foundation or the state or the federal. So want to have that in place so that you can start building the relationship with the fund. The number six is update your website regularly. So what I have seen with many non-profit is that they only do their website the first time and then it is never touched again. So this is not a good thing that you should be doing for your organization. You want to be updating your website regularly so that you can show the progress of your project and also update you can update it to have the latest information inside it and also to add anything new that you have in your and profit. And also the other thing is that the reason you want to update it regularly is so that you can keep up with the trend so that it enables you to be on top of the trend and now you have a website that is up to date. So that is number six. So number seven is that be on social media. So this can be LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, X. So the reason you want to be on social media is because when you apply for the grant opportunity, from time to time they can check your organization out. Like they can look to see, they can look to confirm your organization whether there is anything that is doing for the moment, and also it can also increase your visibility to the funders. So updating your like having a social media presence is very crucial in making sure that you increase your chances of securing the grant opportunities. So number eight is do an inventory. So you want to check in from time to time to ensure that you are heading in the right direction. So this one is about putting measures in place to ensure that You are checking whether the grant program is working for you or whether there's something that need to be changed or something need to be added. So it is more about that. So what you want to do is that you can maybe do maybe a 3 months or 6 months or 7 months, so that you can do an inventory of your non-profit. So the other thing is that you should also track your conversation with the funder. So this is in terms of building the relationship. So it has to be in your grant programs how you will go about tracking the conversations that you have with your funders. So that is all for today. So the 10 ways to build your grant program is, the first one is by deciding how you will go about looking for your grant opportunities, the kind of grant you accept, and also the terms that you have in place for accepting the guidelines and the requirements of the funder. The second thing is that you should check your capacity of your nonprofit to deliver that grant opportunity. The third thing is that you should build your grant calendar so that you know the kind of opportunities coming up so that you can prepare for them in time. The fourth thing is track all the deliverables promise and the conversations that you have with your funders. The sixth thing is that know your appetite for writing. So you have to know like how many the number of grants you'll be writing, let's say if it is per month or per week. So let's say I just recommend it being per month. So you have to know like the number of grants that you'll be writing per month. So number 7 is get your staff strategy and software in place before before even starting the grant process. So you have to ensure that everything is in place, like your grant team is in place, your grant strategy is clear, and also on the other side you have to ensure that you have the software that is suited to your nonprofit. Number 8 is that you have to update your website regularly. Number 9 is that you have to be on the social media so that it can increase your visibility. And then the final thing in building your grant program is that you have to know after how long you will be doing a grant program inventory so that you ensure that if there is something new that has come up, you add it, and also if there is something that is not working, you cut it off from the grant program. So that is all for today, and I'll see you next week. So bye bye. Carpe diem.